If your workout routine is missing these 5 key moves, you might be wasting your time in the gym. Seriously, some exercises aren't optional if you actually want real results. There are certain movements every man should be doing, not because they're popular, but because they deliver unmatched benefits. We're talking about boosting testosterone, improving overall body function, increasing flexibility, building serious strength, packing on muscle, and yes, even enhancing libido. In this video, I'm breaking down the 5 must-do exercises that every man should include in his routine. I'll walk you through exactly how to perform each one properly and highlight the most common mistakes people make, mistakes you need to avoid if you want maximum results. Before we dive in, drop your name and the city you're watching from in the comments. I'd love to see where everyone is tuning in from. Let's get started. Exercise number 5, the deadlift. The deadlift is easily one of the most powerful and complete exercises you can do. It engages nearly every muscle in your body with a major focus on the posterior chain. Your hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and trapezius muscles are heavily activated, while your forearms, core, and even your quadriceps step in to support the movement. What really makes the deadlift stand out for men is its ability to trigger natural anabolic hormones. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that intense compound lifts like the deadlift can boost testosterone levels by up to 25% during and after your workout. That creates the perfect environment for building muscle and burning fat more efficiently. Here's something a lot of people overlook. The deadlift is also one of the best exercises for improving grip strength. And grip strength isn't just about lifting heavier weights, it's actually linked to overall health and longevity. Studies suggest that a strong grip can be an indicator of lower risk for cardiovascular disease and even premature death. To perform the deadlift correctly, start by standing with your feet about shoulder-width apart, with the bar positioned over the middle of your feet. Bend at your hips and knees while keeping your spine neutral. Avoid excessive arching or rounding. Grab the bar with your hands slightly wider than shoulder-width apart, and for heavier lifts, a mixed grip can help. Take a deep breath, brace your core, and begin the movement by pushing through your feet into the ground. Keep the bar as close to your legs as possible throughout the lift. The movement starts with knee extension, followed by driving your hips forward until you're fully upright. At the top, your chest should be open and your shoulders pulled back. When lowering the bar, hinge at the hips first, then bend your knees, all while maintaining that neutral spine position. One of the biggest mistakes people make during the deadlift is rounding the lower back. This usually happens when lifting too heavy or failing to engage the core properly. Another common issue is letting the bar drift away from the body. This not only reduces efficiency, but also places unnecessary stress on your lower back. Think of it this way. Every inch the bar moves away from your body increases the strain on your spine. Keeping it close means working with your body, not against it. For optimal results, aim for 3 to 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps if your goal is strength. If you're focusing on muscle growth, go for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Rest for about 2 to 3 minutes between sets so you can recover properly and maintain good form. Exercise number 4, the bench press. It's no exaggeration. The bench press is a staple that should never be missing from your workout. This exercise primarily targets the chest, specifically the pectoralis major, along with the front deltoids and triceps. It also engages supporting muscles like the serratus anterior, coracobrachialis, and even the latissimus dorsi to stabilize the movement. Developing the upper chest in particular plays a huge role in creating that broad, powerful, and athletic look that most men aim for. Beyond aesthetics, the bench press is excellent for building functional pushing strength that carries over into everyday activities. It's also one of the most effective exercises for improving bone density in the upper body, which becomes increasingly important as men age, especially since bone mass naturally begins to decline around the age of 40. To perform the bench press correctly, lie flat on the bench with your feet firmly planted on the ground. Your eyes should be directly under the bar. Grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. keeping your wrists straight and aligned with your forearms. Now here's something most people completely overlook. Your grip width on the bench press can significantly change which muscles are doing the most work. Research from the University of Wisconsin found that using a narrower grip can increase triceps activation by as much as 37% compared to a wider grip. On the flip side, a wider grip places more emphasis on the chest, maximizing pectoral muscle engagement. Once you're set, lift the bar off the rack and position it directly above your chest with your arms fully extended. Before lowering the weight, pull your shoulder blades together and down, creating a slight natural arch in your lower back. This setup isn't just for show, it protects your shoulders and helps your chest muscles work more effectively. Take a deep breath and slowly lower the bar under full control until it gently touches your chest around nipple level. And when I say control, I mean don't let gravity take over. Guide the bar the entire way down. Your elbows should stay at about a 45-degree angle from your body, not flared out too wide and not tucked in too close. From there, press the bar straight back up until your arms are fully extended, breathing out as you push. There are a few common mistakes you need to avoid. One is overarching your lower back, which can lead to injury. Another is bouncing the bar off your chest. This removes tension from the muscles and increases your risk of getting hurt. Poor shoulder blade positioning is also a big issue that limits performance and stability. A lot of guys also make the mistake of bringing the bar down to the wrong spot, either too high on the chest or too low toward the stomach, which can strain the shoulders. And letting your elbows flare too far out to the sides puts unnecessary stress on the joints. For best results, aim for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps if you're focused on building strength. If muscle growth is your goal, go for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. One smart strategy is to rotate between barbell bench press, dumbbell bench press, and machine variations. This keeps your muscles challenged and helps you avoid plateaus. Exercise number 3, pull-ups. If there's one exercise that separates average physiques from impressive ones, it's pull-ups. This movement is essential for building a strong, wide upper back and creating that V-shaped torso most men want. And if you can't do one yet, don't stress. I'll show you how to work your way up. What makes pull-ups so powerful is that they develop true functional strength. In other words, they train your ability to control and move your own body weight, which is crucial not just for sports, but for everyday physical performance. Pull-ups primarily target the latissimus dorsi, along with the teres major, rhomboids, and biceps. Interestingly, research published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that pull-ups performed with a pronated grip, where your palms face away from you, activate the lats about 12% more than a supinated grip, where your palms face toward you. However, the supinated version allows you to lift more due to increased biceps involvement. To perform a proper pull-up, start by hanging from the bar with your arms fully extended and your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Before you even begin pulling, engage your shoulder blades by pulling them slightly down and back. This step, often called packing the shoulders, is key for properly activating your back muscles. Take a deep breath, then pull your body upward by driving your elbows down and back, focusing on bringing your chest toward the bar rather than just lifting your chin. Keep your gaze slightly upward to maintain good posture. At the top of the movement, your collarbone should be close to the bar. Then lower yourself slowly and under control, resisting gravity to keep tension on the muscles. Some of the most common mistakes include swinging your body to gain momentum, not completing the full range of motion, and skipping proper scapular engagement before pulling. And like I promised, if you can't do a full pull-up yet, that's completely fine. You can use resistance bands for assistance or perform negative reps. For negatives, simply use a step or jump to get into the top position, then slowly lower yourself down, focusing on controlling the descent.
For those of you who have already mastered pull-ups, aim for 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 repetitions, resting about 2 minutes between each set to maintain performance and proper form. Exercise number 2, the shoulder press. If you want broad, powerful shoulders that instantly elevate your physique, the shoulder press is non-negotiable. It's one of the key movements that define an athletic male build. This exercise primarily targets the front and middle deltoids, while also recruiting the trapezius, serratus anterior, and triceps for support. But this isn't just about looks. Strength in the shoulder press translates directly into real-world power. Anything that involves pushing weight overhead, whether in sports or daily life, becomes easier and more efficient. To perform the shoulder press correctly, start by standing with your feet about shoulder width apart, holding the bar at shoulder level with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Your elbows should point downward and slightly forward, not flared out. Brace your core and keep your spine neutral. Avoid overarching your lower back. Take a deep breath, then press the bar straight upward in a controlled line. As the bar rises, slightly move your head back to allow it to travel vertically without obstruction. At the top of the movement, your collarbone should be directly above your head, arms fully extended. Keep your shoulders stable and packed. Don't let them shrug up toward your ears. Then slowly lower the bar back down to the starting position with control. A great tip is to alternate between using a barbell and dumbbells. Dumbbells allow for a more natural range of motion and help fix muscle imbalances between your left and right sides. They also demand more stabilization, which increases activation of smaller supporting muscles in the shoulders. Common mistakes to watch out for include overarching the lower back to compensate for limited shoulder mobility. This places unnecessary stress on the spine and increases injury risk. Another issue is failing to engage the core, which causes the body to lean backward during the press. Some men also bring their elbows too far forward, which reduces activation of the target shoulder muscles and shifts unnecessary stress on the joints. For best results, perform 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps if your focus is strength. For muscle growth, go for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Rest about 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. Exercise number 1, the squat. If you're not squatting, or at least doing a variation of it, you're leaving serious gains on the table. This is one of the most powerful full-body exercises you can do. It targets nearly every major muscle group with a strong focus on the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core. For men, squats are especially valuable because of their impact on hormone production. Just like the deadlift, squats trigger a powerful hormonal response that supports muscle growth not just in your legs, but across your entire body. Here's something most people don't talk about. Squats can significantly improve bone density, especially in areas like the spine and femur, which are commonly affected as men age. On top of that, they enhance hip and ankle mobility, 2 areas that are often tight and restricted, especially for men who spend long hours sitting. To perform a proper squat, start by placing the bar securely across your trapezius muscles. Position your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with your toes angled slightly outward. Keep in mind, your stance matters. A narrower stance tends to emphasize the quadriceps more, while a wider stance with toes turned outward increases activation of the glutes and inner thighs. Lift your chest, keep your spine neutral, and brace your core. Begin the movement by pushing your hips back as if you're about to sit into a chair. Keep your weight balanced through your heels and midfoot.
As you lower yourself, make sure your knees track in the same direction as your toes. Never let them collapse inward. Descend until your thighs are at least parallel to the ground or slightly below if your mobility allows. As you drive upward, push firmly through your heels while keeping your torso upright and your knees tracking in line with your toes. Aside from letting the knees cave inward, some of the most common squat mistakes include not going deep enough, basically doing half reps, lifting your heels off the ground, and rounding your lower back at the bottom of the movement. Another mistake many men make is looking down while squatting. This usually causes the upper body to lean forward, throwing off your balance and reducing the effectiveness of the exercise. To get the most out of your squats, aim for 3 to 4 sets of 5 to 8 reps if your goal is building strength. If you're aiming for muscular endurance and moderate hypertrophy, go for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Rest for about 2 to 3 minutes between sets so you can recover properly and maintain good form. Thanks for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.